All right, so I've been reviewing all the Spider-Man movies again before Spider-Man No Way Home, which is the culmination of all these Spider-Man villains apparently coming to this new movie. So I've been rewatching all the other Spider-Man movies, but there was one exception that I wanted to rewatch just because I haven't seen it in a couple years, which is Venom. And this does not have Spider-Man in it. It is a Spider-Man free movie. It came out in 2017, right? Or no, 2018. It came out after Spider-Man Homecoming, so that's why I'm reviewing it next in the line. And I'm only reviewing this as well because, one, I haven't seen it in a while, and two, because of Venom Let There Be Carnage, which I saw in the theater and reviewed recently in October. Venom is going to be in the new Spider-Man movie, according to the end credits of Venom Let There Be Carnage. So I have to review those as well. And so the movie Venom is so weird because I have seen this movie two or three times since it's come out. Like I said, I bought it. Like, I love the artwork to it. That's really cool. It's just like an outer slip that I think Best Buy exclusive, but there's the other artwork. But I've every time I watch Venom, I never feel like I really love it ever. I think that this one, the first Venom, is, I think, too long. It's almost 2 hours long. And for how dumb of a movie it is, it doesn't need to be 2 hours long. Venom Let There Be Carnage, the second Venom movie, did the pleasure of making it an hour and a half, and it was short, sweet, and to the point because it was already stupid like this one. And this one is really dumb. It's a dumb movie. It's one of those movies that Sony has just had on the back burner forever because, one, they tried to do it whenever the Amazing Spider-Man films were being made, and then they canceled them after the second one, so Venom was held on the back burner for a while. And then now Venom is more apparent into the films, into the MCU now with the end credits to Let There Be Carnage. So this movie has been debated on for a while before it was even made. Like, we had Spider-Man 3, and I'll give it this. The Tom Hardy in this is way better than Topher Grace. I'm not very comic savvy with Venom as a character, but I know that Venom in the comics is a more Tom Hardy-like person, and he is not like Topher Grace in Spider-Man 3, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like those elements in Spider-Man 3 is Topher Grace, and it's really sad because I really love Topher Grace and a lot of stuff. That 70s show, but he just so miscast in that movie in Spider-Man 3. So Sony decided to do another Venom, this time with Tom Hardy, who I think actually is easily the best part of this movie, easily the most entertaining part. I think he and Venom have a good back and forth funny relationship. But besides that, this movie is just honestly really forgettable. Like, it's dumb and forgettable. It's not very it's so weird. It's not very good. It's definitely a movie that Sony is just like, hey, we got to make a movie for the rights, you know? It feels like, at least. This one takes place in San Francisco because they don't tell you in this movie or Venom Let There Be Carnage which universe this movie takes place in. I know it does not take place in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man world because that's got Topher Grace, Eddie Brock. It might be the Amazing Spider-Man franchise, but they have never said if it's in that universe or not, this Tom Hardy movie. The two Tom Hardy Venom movies. But he is teleported at the end of Venom Let There Be Carnage, so I'm assuming it's from the Amazing Spider-Man world because he's teleported into the MCU. So I'm hoping so because I do love the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I hope they keep having some kind of connective tissue into that universe. But you don't know. This is set in California, so they get away from the New York thing. So they're like, they can ride around that Spider-Man isn't there. And this movie has no Spider-Man at all in it. This one is just really forgettable. Besides Tom Hardy, I think that Tom Hardy's good. Michelle Williams is wasted. She's an actress I love. I think she's great in a lot of things. But man, in these two movies, she just plays the forgettable ridden girlfriend character. Like, she's not anything special as in these two movies. And it's a shame because she's a great actress. I like her in a lot of stuff. But she just doesn't, her character is just the girlfriend. And it's so weird because Sam Raimi's Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man movies they both have girlfriends that are more than girlfriends. They're not just the person that's there to be the love interest or the broken up love interest. Like, This one is that, where this character, Michelle Williams' character Anne, is just there to be kind of a foil because she breaks up with him. Then it's a will they, won't they kind of thing, and then they team up together. But like, it doesn't feel as good as like the other Spider-Man movies with like the girlfriend character. Like this character just feels very forgettable. And Michelle Williams couldn't even save it. She's not bad in the movie. It's just she's just forgettable as a character because this character is written so blandly. Unfortunately, and everybody else besides Tom Hardy is written so blandly. Riz Ahmed, who I really like in The Sound of Metal, which was freaking awesome, one of my favorite movies of last year. He is so forgettable and dull in this movie too, and it's just the writing. I think it's just so boring. They've got nothing that they can do in this movie to make themselves memorable. Like, I just thought that those two in particular, actors that I really enjoy, just really have nothing to work with at all. It's a real shame. So I really hate that about this movie. Um, like I said, there's a couple fun moments with Eddie Brock and Venom. I like the fact there's a scene where Venom goes into, or Eddie Brock goes into the restaurant where Anne and her new boyfriend are at, and he's going crazy, and then he gets in the lobster tank and cools off and then eats lobsters. Like, that was funny because that was so what the hell type of scene. Like, where did that even come from kind of thing. Who would have thought of that kind of scene? So I like that. And I like the back and forth between Eddie and Venom, but really it's just forgettable action, forgettable characters. It's really just dull, very dull. And the second one, which I'm going to talk about a little bit right here, even though I just reviewed it in October, it is more fun because it's shorter. This movie is way too long for how dull it is, besides the Eddie Brock stuff. The second one really did the pleasure of making it an hour and a half long, so it knows it's stupid and it knows it should be short. And this one does not. It's almost 2 hours long. So I appreciate that about the second one. I appreciated the villain way more in the second one in terms of the acting. Woody Harrelson is great in the second one, but Riz Ahmed, this is just so boring. But at least the villain's better in the second one. At least the second one is quicker paced and shorter time for a dumb movie as it is. And it has that after credits scene with Venom appearing in the MCU, so that's awesome. I can't wait for Spider-Man No Way Home, and that's why I reviewed Venom as well. Since I said it's a Spider-Man-less movie, but like I said, it's connecting into the Spider-Man No Way Home, so I wanted to rewatch it again, and I really just thought it was, again, pretty boring and uninteresting besides the main character. Everything else was just pretty bland and whatever, so... that's it for this. Pretty quick review for Venom. Next up is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and then after that will be Spider-Man Far From Home, which is the last Spider-Man movie I will review before Spider-Man No Way Home. And it's the last one that was been released, besides Venom Let There Be Carnage, but I just reviewed that. So that's it for today. Tell me down below what you guys think of Venom from 2018. I feel like people are kind of maybe in the same boat as I am, but we'll see. But that's it for today, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.